career has taken many twists and turns, amazing opportunities along the way. And I have to say that the most rewarding work that I've done started 6.5 years ago when I founded the Young Entrepreneurs Academy of Baton Rouge. I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, so business was talked about at the dinner table every night. And, you know, I looked around 6+ years ago and saw a gap for young people, high school students, who are interested in business but may not have access to a network like all of you, or really the tools to launch a business or go into business if that was what they were interested in. Hence, Young Entrepreneurs of Baton Rouge was founded. I'm not sure if you're aware that practically 100% of Louisiana businesses are considered small businesses under 500 employees by the SBA, which makes Louisiana the perfect place to launch the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. Our mission is to take away barriers that exist for high school students who are interested in launching their own startup. It's amazing that in 7 months, we can take high school students who are passionate about business, may not know what their business idea is, all the way to incorporating that business with the state of Louisiana. This is a snapshot of some of the over 100 startups that are over 120 high school students have launched in 6 years. They are culinary businesses, they're apparel businesses. The only restriction that we have for our high school students, because they are ages 13 to 18 or 19, is that their business that they launch cannot require that they purchase real estate in the academic year. So hopefully you can understand why we don't, they can't buy real estate. But other than that, they can launch a for-profit business, a non-profit business. They look at their world and see problems that exist to them and come up with solutions to those problems, and we help them along the way to create viable businesses to solve for the problems that are in their world. I'm going to talk about the experience of Young Entrepreneurs Academy through the lens of one of our graduates, Channing Hall, who was a sophomore at Baton Rouge Magnet High School when she joined the academy. Like her colleagues in the class, she didn't know anybody else. The current cohort, which graduates tomorrow actually, represents 14 different high schools, public charter schools, traditional public schools, private home schools. They're from multiple parishes. The current cohort represents 4 parishes. The Young Entrepreneurs Academy is open to students from the 9-parish greater Baton Rouge area. So they don't know each other. We spend time in the first several weeks or month with them interacting with each other, getting to know each other. This is not just in the classroom. We go on field trips where the students can interact with entrepreneurs like Brandon Landry at Walk-Ons. Stephen Loy, who I saw here, introduces them to entrepreneurs at Nexus, at the Tech Park. And they have an opportunity at the CEO Roundtable in January to ask their own questions of a panel of executives and CEOs. We surround these students with mentors. I see several of you in the room, so thank you in advance for paying it forward. So up to 20 businesses are launched every year. 20 startups every year. That's a lot of businesses in 7 months. Each student CEO, like Channing, has a business mentor and a financial mentor. The first year, we just had business mentors because, a business mentor should be able to help a student get through an entire business plan, including financials, just, projections for the first 6 months, year. It was made quite apparent to me very quickly from these business mentors that they have people who do finances. So, after the first year, we added financial mentors. And so we recruit 20 business mentors and 20 financial mentors so that each business has 2 volunteer professionals by their side for the 6 Wednesdays that they're fleshing out their business plan. The students also fill out what we call a graphic design worksheet, which is several pages. You know, what's the mission of your business? What's your vision for your business? What colors resonate with you? When you think about your business, is it traditional or modern? So they fill out this graphic design worksheet. We have assigned a professional graphic designer from our region. So for all of you graphic designers or those who know graphic designers, listen up. A professional graphic designer volunteers. So we send one business, graphic design worksheet to one, graphic designer, and over 3 weeks he or she will create a brand for these businesses, and then come to LSU and reveal the brand. It really brings this business to life. So that's Channing with her graphic designer, and then we spend a lot of time starting in January on public speaking. Channing is, practicing her elevator pitch in front of her colleagues. We bring in guests throughout the year, but also for practicing of their pitch. So there is a lot of work on public speaking. And this is not a simulation. Channing is here, just like all of the other students, filing her business with the Secretary of State's office. So the Secretary of State actually sends 2 people to the College of Business on the assigned evening that we're going to reserve names and file LLCs. And those 2 employees walk the students through actually reserving their name, filing their LLC while they're in class. Then, I have to tell you, so then there's what I call the catcher back at the office. Now, this is after hours because this is an after-school program. But the Secretary of State's employee will say, okay, Acme Corporation just filed. Do you have it? And the catcher, as I call this person, is back at the office. Yes, Acme Corporation is filed with the Secretary of State's office, and then we celebrate. So we do that 20 times because there are 20 businesses that are filed in one evening. And then they work on their pitch. So like Shark Tank, every year at the beginning of March, our students pitch their businesses at the community pitch for 3 minutes in front of a panel of judges, which are executives and C-suite folks from our region. They pitch their business for 3 minutes. They take live Q&A for 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes. And it's like Shark Tank. The judges then decide how much of the $25,000 that Community Coffee generously donates for our pitch is invested into each business. So every startup receives some level of seed funding that night, which is an important piece of information to remember. Every startup receives some level of seed funding. The judges then decide which business best represents our region, and we fly that team, 1 or 2 students, up to New York with a parent or guardian to compete at a national level for additional funding and scholarship. Channing's business was called Backstage. She was a theater student at Baton Rouge Magnet High, and she saw a lot of chaos backstage, so she created an app, Backstage, that would help directors in the theater create order out of that chaos. Josiah, who is here today from Ascension, actually is now at the College of Business at LSU, joined us as a student, and his business, Alien Head, is a streetwear clothing line that allows you to show off your individuality through what you wear. Addison and Mania, also here today, actually partnered. Let me pause there. We encourage partnerships. Let us just discuss. We encourage partnerships because, as all of us know, in business, you work in teams. High school students do not necessarily hear us when we encourage teamwork. 2 people can get the job done, typically better or at least faster. Anyway, Addison and Mania chose to partner. We have tremendous success stories in our partnerships, and they launched Student Ally, which uses technology to connect high school students who are interested in a particular college or university with vetted students at that particular college or university to hear about their interactions, their experiences, and it's a compliment to our counselors, our college counselors, because this is just an additional layer that the students can get real information about experiences on those college campuses. Jared Lane's also here, comes from West Feliciana, and as a freshman in high school, launched Healthy Life. Surprise, Jared, did you not bring cookies with you? He's all about cookies. So whether they are vegan cookie dough or gluten-free cookies, Jared is off to the races selling cookies. If you're interested in good cookies, talk to Jared after. So, and then Amelia was actually selected as the student business that best represents our region this year, and she will be flying up to Rochester, New York to pitch her business, ClearRx, which actually adds QR codes to the prescription medicine bottles and allows you to click on the QR code and hear what time the medicine should be taken, what the medicine is for. The information that sometimes gets convoluted, especially for older people, but anyone really taking medicines. So she's going to pitch May 3rd. Tune in. It's going to be awesome. And then tomorrow, this is Channing. We're back to Channing, but this is Channing at graduation, receiving not just a certificate in entrepreneurship, but also is eligible for 3 credits from the LSU E.J. Uso College of Business, creating this strong pipeline for students like Josiah and so many others who ultimately attend business school, receive credits because they participated in YEA, Young Entrepreneurs Academy. And our graduation for the current cohort is tomorrow night. So they will receive those credits tomorrow. So now that you've heard about a number of our success stories, and there are over 100 of them, so I don't think you have that much time, but I could tell you about all of them. I want to take a step back and talk about what is the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. The Young Entrepreneurs Academy was founded 20 years ago in Rochester, New York, and over that period of time, over 9,000 middle and high school students have launched over 6,000 startups around the country. We started, this is our 6th year, so we're an affiliate of a national organization. We have a tremendous steering committee. I see a number of you here, Kelly, Lois, Narisha. These are community leaders, business leaders, educators, people who are interested in paying it forward and making a difference for our high school students interested in business. We have so many businesses, over 100 companies throughout the regions support us, whether it's financially or in kind or time, really paying it forward because they want to really help young people. We have a terrific team. Dana Schlatter is our executive director. She's here. Michael Roth, our vice chair and COO, is here. Kevin Lyle is one of our 3 instructors. He's an entrepreneur from Baton Rouge and has taught this class all 6 years. Our 2 other instructors, Dr. James Davis, is a senior instructor at the E.J. Uso College of Business and really provides a tremendous level of knowledge from a technology perspective, but also obviously business fundamentals. And Christopher Toombs from the Helix Mentorship STEAM Academy is also one of our instructors right now. The national curriculum is broken down into 3 trimesters. So students are applying now. So if you know high school students who are interested in entrepreneurship, they do not have to have an idea for a business to apply. So they apply between now and August 18th. They apply online. They write a couple of essays. They submit their transcript, not because we're looking necessarily for straight A students, even though they're great. Young Entrepreneurs Academy adds about 100 hours on top of high school. So this is not for any student. This is for someone who is making solid grades in school, has a passion for business, will show up. And as I tell the students at orientation every year, you have one of 25 seats. Show up every week. Because somebody else, we had 87 apply for 25 spots last year. Someone didn't get that seat. Show up. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is real business. So they apply. They are all interviewed because we also want to make sure it's the students who are excited about being in the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. The parents and guardians can also be really excited, but we want to make sure that the students are the ones who want to be in this program and are interested in launching a business. The first 9 weeks or so, the students figure out, remember I was telling you, they walk through their world and we ask them to jot down what are some problems, what are some things that don't really work as well as you would like them to in your world. Write them down, right? And then we can come up with solutions and perhaps there's a viable business. But the first 9 weeks or so, they come up with what kind of business they're going to launch. They decide whether they're going to launch it by themselves or with a partner. But they decide what they're doing. And then the second 9 weeks are packed. They file their business with the Secretary of State's office. It's legit. They are partnered with mentors, business and financial. They flesh out an actual business plan. They are partnered with a professional graphic designer. They get their brand. We print business cards for them. They are legit. When they stand in front of the CEOs at the CEO roundtable, they are handing out their business cards. They are networking. They're building a network at age 15, 16, 17. The third 9 weeks, which we are concluding right now, they're launching their business. Remember, every business receives some level of seed funding, whether it's $500 or $5,000. Now, how do we spend that money to get the business off the ground? What other resources exist so that I can tap into them and get additional funding for my business? All of this is done in conjunction with LSU, LED, and the Baton Rouge Area Chamber. So the cohort lasts, the academy runs from September to April. It runs the academic year. It's every Wednesday, except for Thanksgiving, the holidays, right? So we meet every Wednesday from 5 to 8. Sometimes our graduates, like Josiah, know we're going to be there Wednesday because dinner is served every Wednesday. So we sometimes see our graduates swing by, and we give them a little food. But dinner is served every Wednesday. I have high school students. I know they're hungry all the time. So we introduce different culinary, different restaurants and to them every Wednesday, and it's kind of fun. So this is obviously not all about being in the classroom. This is about building a network as well. So whether it's on the field trips that we go to, meeting people at our CEO roundtable, pitching and meeting people, over 200 at our community pitch events, or graduation, it's all about how do we take down obstacles for these young people to talk with you about their business, give you their elevator pitch, and meet you so that, as they grow, their network grows with them. There are so many ways that you can pay it forward. The gift of time is a big one. I've mentioned a number of ways already that you can get involved, whether it's being a mentor or a guest speaker. We bring in guest speakers practically every week, whether it's an intellectual property attorney, a CPA, a marketing expert, public speaking expert. We are filling out our calendars with experts from our area, from the 9 parishes, because we want our students to meet people other than us and hear from people who are experts in the field. So if you're interested, there's a way to be engaged. And if you can't give your time, spread the word. We're active on social media. We have language that's easy to incorporate in a company newsletter. We are always looking for high school students. You can refer them on our website, yeabr.org. You can refer. It takes about 2 minutes, and then we take it from there. Students can apply on our website. So if you happen to know high school students who might be interested, encourage them to check us out online. And no one can tell our story better than one of our graduates, Stefik. Oops. Except Stefik's going to go after the alignment with Rotary. So, when I think about what Rotary is all about, as a member of Rotary, we serve others, right, with our vocation, and it's all about improving the lives of people in our community, and that's what the Young Entrepreneurs Academy is all about. We have intentionally a diverse group of students every year, that's been since the beginning. While it does cost tuition dollars, we have need-based scholarships so that the financial piece never is in the way of a student who is interested in entrepreneurship being a part of our academy. So we are all about improving the lives of people in our community. Let's hear from Stefik. Yeah. I don't know, you can't turn it up. Can't turn it up. So Stefik's really saying how amazing this is. And these are pictures of us on field trips. And and all of the things, he's about to list them, all of the things that students have the opportunity to do. I'm not sure you can hear this, but
what's he saying, Deborah?
They create business plans, marketing, they network, yes. And that's a few students pitching and getting questions. All right. Stefik, you're awesome. All right. So what I will say is Stefik is one of our graduates, and Stefik's business started in the Young Entrepreneurs Academy, Avera. So this is an Avera bottle. And it's if you want to hear about Stefik, just let me know and I'll send you the video. So, and this is not just a water bottle, right? But if you screw the bottom off, you see the pictures, but there's a foldable fork, spoon, and knife, and straw. It's a sustainable water bottle, and you can take it hiking or with you, and if you also have food, then it's all sustainable. So, averabottle.com, he sells them. He's a great student, and it's, anyway, that's his story. So thank you, first of all, for having us, for having me and having all of us here today representing the Young Entrepreneurs Academy of Baton Rouge. I hope that you'll join us in unlocking the potential of young, aspiring high school students. And I'm open for any questions if we have a couple of minutes.
10 minutes.
There you go. Can y'all hear me? You may be like Stefik and no one can hear you.
Everything else. So I just wanted to know, is there a room for you to incorporate the mental health aspect to this? Because you said yourself, it's a lot of hours, it's a lot of high school, it's a lot of trying to make sure they succeed, and we want to make sure that they have that part covered as well.
It's a really good question. Currently, we do not have a separate component that would deal with the mental health element. Having said that, you know, we meet every Wednesday except for holidays, and, you know, if exams are coming, then, you know, we say, you know, you have to be there in class because it's 3 hours and a lot is accomplished within 3 hours. And so if you miss too many classes, so if you miss more than 3 classes, you're behind. But I can think about how to incorporate that in a way that elevates our students, right, and make sure that they are successful. I just don't know that we're equipped to do it, as opposed to working with school people or professionals who are equipped. Does that make sense? Like you. So we can talk later. So we are funded through a lot of different ways. People offer in kind. We also have individuals who help. We have grants. Thank you, Rotary. So we have grants. We have businesses. It's just a mix of a number of different kinds of funding. Yes.
I can ask a question while we're looking for someone else to ask a question. Deborah, what is the trend that we are seeing from students in terms of industries? Is it a lot of students wanting to do food or technology or environment? What is it?
Apps. We have a lot of students, regardless of what area, we have a lot of students who look to technology to figure out an easy way to solve a problem or to get information in the hands of people. So I would say, regardless of the arena, it's through technology.
I've got a question. I'm so sorry. You want to go ahead?
No, you go ahead.
I got a question, but first of all, I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'm a mentor, and I want to shout out to my man Josiah over there. Good to see you. Last time I saw you at the mall. Wish I was wearing my alien hip socks today. You know, we're surrounded by other mentors and volunteers here, and I just got to say thank you for letting me be a part of this program. It's been one of the best things I've ever done.
Thank you.
My question, though, and it still stumps me every time, Deborah.
Yes.
Why would you do this? What brought, like, you've been so successful, you had an amazing life, you got great things going on. Why would you start Young Entrepreneurs Academy?
Yeah.
That's always been my question.
I think it's just as simple as reflecting on the benefits of how I grew up and looking, you know, I lived in New York City and Washington, D.C. I came home to Baton Rouge, and there's so much opportunity. There's so much need and opportunity. And if we as a team can play a small role in helping a group of people who, our students are so driven, and with the doors open for them, they can do anything. And if we can help open doors for young people, I truly believe it makes a difference. I hope it makes a difference. I said it at the beginning, it's the most rewarding work I've ever done, and I've done different things. And watching our students from orientation, when they're so hesitant to stand up and just say their name and what grade they're in and what school they attend, to in March when they're standing up at the community pitch and they're so confident and they can answer any of your questions better than I can, and they just need a shot. And so that's why we do it. We do it to give people a chance, and we don't believe that you wait until someone graduates high school and goes and tries to launch a business or goes to college or goes to business school. We don't believe you should wait that long to teach business. We should start earlier. So that's why I do it.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, first of all, thank you for everything you do in this community. Deborah does way more just than YEA. Anything that's successful in our community, Deborah's in that recipe somewhere. So I just want to thank you for everything that you do. Do you all follow the students and their businesses after they leave YEA?
We do. I think Condoleezza is still making pillows, if I had to guess, Jerry. Yeah, so Condoleezza was our first year, went to New York, and makes aromatherapy pillows. So at one point, her mom was like, my kitchen is full of aromatherapy pillows. I said, well, and they're going to keep going. So there's some students who decide this is a lot of work, because, by the way, entrepreneurship is a lot of work. I see a lot of entrepreneurs. It's hard. And even if they decide, you know, this is so hard, I'm not going to keep going, they are so much better equipped to be a good employee because they know what a P&L is, they know what a marketing plan is, they know why you're going to tell them to please turn off the lights to save money, right? So they get it. And businesses have approached us to say, can we have a career fair for your students? Maybe one day. We haven't done that yet. But we track the students who continue on and promote them and try to sell their product and help get them visibility, and then we support our students, over 120 of them by now. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the tuition, and is there an opportunity to sponsor a student with tuition?
So Charlie D'Agostino helped me found the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. He was one of the co-founders. As many of you know, Charlie passed away. We started the Charlie D'Agostino Founders Fund in his honor, in his memory. It costs $995, so almost $1,000, for tuition. And, as I mentioned, we never let the financial piece get in the way of a student participating in the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. So if a student checks the box that they're interested in need-based scholarship, we have a lot of businesses and individuals who have donated to the Charlie D'Agostino Scholarship Fund. And then all we ask of a family is that they contribute something to the tuition, because we want to make sure that the student shows up. They can contribute $700, they can contribute $100. They could pay it over 4 months, they could pay it over 1 month. If they pay anything, and they all do, right, they show up, because that $100 means as much or more to that family as the full tuition does to another family. So that's the only requirement, that they do, that they contribute something, and whatever, I'll be honest, we had a grandmother who really wanted her granddaughter to be in the program, and said, you know what, I'll cut cable. So that I'm going to choke up, I'm like, you're definitely not cutting cable. That is not the goal of this. The goal is to get the right students in the chairs. So let's figure out what works for you and your family so that you don't have to cut cable or any other item, and your granddaughter can participate and thrive. We worked it out, it was not a big deal. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You said 9 parishes. I'm not trying to give you a test on this, but 9 parishes, that's very extensive. Which ones are?
All right, Adam, which ones are they? We.
BRAC area?
It is.
Right, so
We're a program of the chamber.
Baton Rouge, and then the surrounding parishes, the 8 parishes that touch it. So throughout the Feliciana, St. Helena, Livingston, Ascension, Iberville, West Baton Rouge, Point Peaks.
See, you haven't forgotten, Adam. I'm so proud of you.
So if you haven't gone, the pitch restores your faith in humanity. It's awesome. I would advise, take the time, put it on your calendar, and go to the community pitch. It is incredible. Which is my question, Deborah, which is sitting here thinking about that. And some people can't get there at 5 to 8 p.m. On the night that it happens. Is there any way that Rotary could see a student pitch, or is the magic really limited to that night?
Okay. We can.
What's this?
Okay.
We would love to hear that, but it's already past 1 o'clock.
Oh no!
And
You should have rung the bell.
and none of you have moved. It's a testament to Deborah and this program, and we can help her. Thank you. I'm telling you.
It's 1 o'clock. I know you're leaving. I get you a link to all the past pitches. I'll make sure you know about the future pitches, and if they want someone to pitch, we can make that happen too. Thank you. Thank you.